Okay, so I forgot to include this earlier, so let me just fill this out. Yeah. 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 Yes. Yes. Oh well, a pro for implementing the microservice in the approach in which I chose was yeah, no, we talked about how we orchestrated each service and the infrastructure separate from each other, just so that each part of the application suite feels modular enough to scale independently. Yeah, for databases, like I showed earlier, I made use of DB, PNG, MERD. For databases, I made use of Postgres for the student service, MariaDB, and for the library and finance services, we already had. So, disclaimer, I already used the already existing implementations for finance service and library service with just a few extensions to meet the requirements. Yeah, for dependency management. For dependency management, dependencies were managed for the student service using Maven, seen in the pom.xml here, using Springfield Boot version 3.3.0. And for dependency injection, we obviously use already existing being Spring annotations for injections. Here also, for instance, we're injecting the auth service as a dependency to the auth controller, and we can also see this being imported also when we are also implementing tests where we basically include all the dependencies for each test. So for instance, the course controller requires this course service and course repository, GWT and user repository for dependencies. As we can see here, let me open up the course controller. The course service, and then let me open the course service implementation. We see the course repository, which is also a dependency, so which is basically being injected here. Yeah, so that's how we handle dependency injection in this particular application. Case I've explained in previous video. Yeah, so for the service integration approach, like I explained earlier, we made use of console for service discovery, which basically registers all our services and ensures uptime. So the API gateway student finance library that's being registered on our console service discovery console, and then we use traffic reverse proxy for our host routing. So basically, route in each of these hosts into our API gateway, which then picks the specific parts to route a request to, or services rather to route a request to. Yeah, I've also justified that in the previous video for how I used REST to communicate with the multiple services. So use of a finance client. These are, this is an annotated server Spring component as well, which implements the web client beans, which is seen here in the integrations config, right? And then because of this, we're able to build off of this URL and extend that for finance and the library clients. Which is basically where we are making our REST calls. I have showed how this works in the application, but this is how we implement REST using the web client. Yeah. You can make use of a configuration server specifically. I've also explained this. I've also shown this. Yes, and my product limitations. For errors are not properly handled. Based off of as that's outside the scope of this particular component. We are asked to show the happy path. A lot of things were not implemented as a result of time. Would have loved to actually catch errors. Would have loved to also attach a front end to this particular application. And those are the limitations as per the requirements of this component. And in summary, the student management services is a suite of backend services, about 3 backend services, which communicate together to handle the students' activities in academic context. That's signing up, enrolling into a course, checking for graduation eligibility, borrowing books from the library, and paying fines whenever books are returned late. I had a lot of fun working on this project. I'm actually super exhausted, and formal apology for the delay from submission. Was because I ran into a lot of development issues and clashes in other course model assessments as well.